Hi guys, come out today again to do a second review of the Polish Lavvu. I did a review when I first got it about 2 years ago I think, and a bit more honest review now. I've tried it out and slept in it a few times. Obviously it does leak like a sieve even though I've proofed it, but I've got a feeling that I maybe didn't proof it well enough, so I might give it a second chance. However, one of my YouTube followers and buddies recommended I leave it in the rain for a while, so I've come out to a remote part of a forest here. Hopefully there won't be many people around here during the winter. I'm going to leave it for 2 months. I'll come back in about a month and tidy it up and re-tension the pegs, but I want to give it a really good soaking, a dry followed by a soaking and a dry continually for at least 2 months to give the canvas a chance to swell and close up. What I did notice about my Lavvu was that one side was virtually waterproof but the other side wasn't, and that's because the material was much thinner on one side than the other. I noticed light coming through the weave on one section of the poncho, but on the other poncho it was fairly dark, so I'm assuming it's a manufacturing issue that I've got, and that's the risk you take when you buy second-hand used equipment. There's usually a reason for it being sold, even if it's not reached the field. It's maybe come out of the packaging. It may well have been reckoned to be not as good quality as it should be, and so it gets put on the open market. So this one I think only cost me about 38 quid 2 years ago. I think they've gone up a bit now, 20%, and they're rising because they're very popular, and the reason being is, as you can see, the workmanship is generally very good. It's a good thick quality canvas usually. If you look inside you can see it's nice and dark, but if you look closely there is a bit more light coming from this side through the weave, and that's probably why it was leaking like a sieve. This side is slightly better, but the top part is slightly vulnerable as well, so it's not a perfect Lavvu. I'm sure some are really good, but this one is not so good, but I'm working on it, so I'm going to give it a chance in nature, or a chance for nature to put it right for me. Then I'll give it a really good clean and then spray it with a very good layer of proofing and see if that does the trick. Why am I going to all this trouble? Because it's fun. So that's the Polish Lavvu. I think they're worth buying while you can. Beautiful colour, dark olive green, very Vietnam colour really. As I say, you've got a choice of 4 portals so you can open up for ventilation when you're cooking indoors in blizzard conditions, so it's really very versatile. So obviously the most important thing now is a brew up. Stand by. Yeah, I can't bring myself to write this shelter off because on the few occasions I've slept in it I have felt, really secure. There was one occasion when I slept inside the baby bag, keep the damp out, in pretty damp cold storm. Well, here's my pal coming. This is a lovely old, at least I can trust this one to disappear and come back, but when she comes back she's usually covered in a perfume counter for trying out the samples in the forest. But she's a nice old dog. She is called Fizz. We've had her for about 8 years, and she's always been, a keen animal to hang around and not disappear for too long. She goes off on her wander, comes back after 10 minutes. She's an unusual beagle in that respect. The young dog is at home with the terrier, so I thought I'd treat this old dog to the first little adventure, just her and I, for quite a long time actually. And she has some pretty hefty surgery 3 months ago prior to that, actually, a year of being depressed and almost, not wanting to do anything. And once all the 4 or 5 lumps were cut off, had a complete new lease of life. She came back like a quilt, patchwork quilt, full of shaved sections and stitches. But she's now recovered, and she is crazy. She's like a puppy again, amazing. So it was really money well spent, have to be honest. I hope to have her around for another 3 or 4 years of gentle forest activity, just her and I occasionally. So, back to the Lavvu. As you can see, the build quality is generally quite heavy duty. Of course, in Polish winters you would need this kind of kit. Obviously the dark invites friends to come and visit occasionally, like your local spider. So, until next time, do try and get out to the forest if you can, just like I have, just for another afternoon of 2 hours of mad pretend camping. And if you can get permission to leave all your responsibilities behind, try and do an overnighter as well. But as long as you're well kitted and got the proper gear. So until next time, take care, keep your heads down and stay well. Jim.